Please, you don't have to apologize to me.
I most certainly do.
All right, all right. You put on a little scene. The riverboat is a lively place.
I said I would see my father-in-law dead. That's hardly a little scene.
Oh, honey. Listen, you were upset, and for very good reason.
I don't know. I don't know what got into me. Yes, I do. I hate that man. I hate my father-in-law with every fiber of my being.
Oh, now, honey. Honey, you don't
He's
hate
trying
him
to
with every
destroy me,
Liza,
Granddad.
please.
Wreck my marriage, wreck my life.
Honey, please.
And if his son
Honey.
gets caught in the middle of it and gets hurt, that's too bad. He gets stomped on,
Now,
too.
honey, would you please, Liza, please sit down, honey, please. You're making me dizzy.
I'm
Please.
sorry.
Please. Oh. You know, I'm partially to blame for all of this.
Oh, don't be
No, I
silly.
am, honey. I never should have taken you to the riverboat. I knew you were angry with Rusty, and I should have kept you away from any place where he might possibly be.
Granddad, we live in the same town. I mean, eventually, we're going to run into one another.
Oh, honey. Did you get any sleep last night?
No.
How's your headache? The one you told me about?
It's still there, among other things.
And your appetite? Did you eat any breakfast?
Oh, don't mention breakfast. I can't seem to face food in the morning.
Okay, that does it.
What? What are you doing?
I'm going to call Bob Rogers.
Don't do that.
Honey.
I don't need a doctor.
Honey, please.
Please,
Grandparents
Grandma.
have certain rights, and I'm invoking one of them right now. Please, don't... hello. Hi. This is Stu Bergman. Stu Bergman. Yes. Is Dr. Rogers in? May I speak to him, please?
This is Search for Tomorrow.
Well, I know that you've heard the line 1,000 times, but I promise the check really is in the mail. Well, if you don't get it in by day after tomorrow, well, give me a call, will you? Okay, thanks a lot. See you. Well, Taylor, what are you doing here?
Well, I was hoping I could get a few minutes with you, George.
Well, there's nothing I'd like better, but I wish you'd made an appointment. Things are pretty hectic around here today.
Well, it took me 3 hours to get here door to door, you know? I was really hoping you could make me a few minutes of your precious time. I like this key change here, by the way.
Well, maybe I can manage to squeeze you in. Professional courtesy, right? I never like to turn away a fellow composer.
You don't?
We're all in the same fraternity, right? What can I do for you, Taylor?
Well, for starters, I was hoping you could tell me the truth about what's happening with Liza Santel.
Oh, hey, you want to know something?
What?
My face is still a little red from all that. I never learned how to say no to people.
You didn't?
No. Would you care for something to drink?
No, thanks. No.
I'm an old softy, Taylor. When a sweet young woman like Liza walks in here, accompanied by a talented composer like yourself, well, instead of me telling her that her music isn't so good, which it isn't, I chicken out.
That doesn't sound like you, George.
Well, you just don't know me, that's all. You know what my problem is?
No, what's your problem?
I just can't say, go home, you stink. Instead, I tell people like Liza that she has some talent and a possible future in this business. And if something comes up, why, I'll give them a call. But that's the kicker.
Kicker?
Yes. If something comes up. Meaning, well, never. Then if the people get back to me, why, I have my secretary give them the old, don't call us, we'll call you routine. I just don't have the heart to tell them myself.
George. That's a crock.
I beg your pardon?
You remember, come on, when I was here with Liza, right, in this very same spot, you were talking to her about her music. There was none of this, when I get my people back to you bit. You praised her to the skies.
But that's what I've been telling you. I can't stand to break a heart.
Ah. I think you can.
Oh, now, please, please. My only regret about all this is, well, I've probably overpraised Liza, and which made things worse for her. I guess I'm just too old to be tough and say what I think up front.
Let me ask you something, George.
Anything at all.
Liza kept talking about all these trips she's making back and forth to New York, working with you and this Tony Burton guy. What do you know about that?
Hey, now just a minute. I want to stay very far away from all that. I'm in the dark here. Oh, completely in the dark. And Liza's husband comes in here yelling about some demo tape she supposedly made for me. Oh, very bad circumstances all the way around.
Yeah, it was Tony Burton. I suppose he's in the dark too, huh?
Well, I'll tell you one thing about Tony Burton. The dark is where he operates, if you get my meaning. Now, he's good-looking, he has a way with women. He's one very bad character. If Liza was seeing him, which I don't know, but if she was, she'd have been better off strolling down 42nd Street at midnight.
Whew, wow, sounds like you know him pretty well.
No, I don't know him. I know about him. I've never so much as offered him a cup of coffee.
So, you're just an old pussycat who doesn't know when to tell a newcomer to get on the next bus home, is that right?
Oh, what can I say? I just hate to hurt people with the truth, that's all.
Well, you know, it's funny, because a friend of mine I sent to you last month, a girl by the name of Sally Williams, remember?
No, I can't say I do.
Oh, sure you do, come on. She's cute, short, blonde hair, freckles, great alto voice. Well, anyway, she did about 8 bars of her stuff for you, and you told her that she should go home and teach piano to tone-deaf children because her music was garbage.
Oh, no, I don't think I put it quite like that.
Oh, I think you did. In fact, I heard you were ruder.
Oh, well, I was in a bad mood that day. At first I was polite, but the girl was so persistent, well, I got mad, that's all.
Well, yeah, the exception that proves the rule, right?
Right.
Yeah, right. Look, I'm sorry. Look, I got to get going. I'm sorry to take so much of your time.
No.
I appreciate it.
No, my pleasure. Come by anytime.
Thank you so much. By the way, where do you know Rusty Centel from?
What?
Rusty Centel.
Oh, Europe? I was on a gig over there, and, well, Rusty was doing Lord knows what.
When was this?
Oh, ages ago. Who can remember that far back? I think both of us were probably in love with the same barmaid or something. I doubt that either of us could even remember her name.
Well, I do have to get going now. Appreciate your time. Hope I haven't kept you from your next chart buster.
Oh, anytime you want to drop by where you feel free. I really am sorry about all this Liza Centel business.
George!
If there's anything to...
Except for getting a few names straight. You haven't given me one iota of truth since I walked in here. And it's gonna get back to you, sucker. You can count on it. Have a nice day.
Get me Rusty Centel, quick.
Bob, she's been nauseous all week.
What?
I said she's been nauseous all week.
Oh.
Her appetite is terrible, just terrible. You know, I always worry about people when they don't eat. And did I tell you about her headache?
Yes, you mentioned it on the telephone, and then you mentioned it again when I arrived.
Yeah, right. Well, she has had that headache for a whole week, Bob. You know something else?
Granddad,
What?
Granddad.
What?
How can you expect Bob to hear my heart, dear, if you keep talking?
I have to tell him the facts, don't I? A doctor can't make a proper diagnosis unless he knows all his symptoms, honey.
The only fact Bob needs to know... I've been under some stress.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Is the stress related to your work, or Travis's work?
Oh, no. It has nothing to do with Travis's work. You see, Liza and...
It's all right. It's no big secret. Bob, Rusty and I have recently separated.
Why, I am terribly sorry to hear that. I never in a million years thought that...
I know. Yeah, well, it came as a big surprise to me as well, to put it mildly.
Bob, I don't know too much about medicine,
That's true.
but I think Liza has an ulcer. Now, like I say, I don't know too much about medicine, but Liza and an ulcer are the only thing that can explain feelings.
Stu,
What?
did you mention something about coffee a little while ago?
Oh, would you like a cup of coffee, Bob?
I'd love to.
Oh, sure, sure. Would you like a cup? No, no. Ulcer and coffee don't mix. No coffee with ulcers. You can have milk. Milk goes with ulcers, but you cannot have coffee.
Bob, if you're really thirsty, I could
Liza,
get you
I
something.
don't want a thing to drink, especially not coffee. All I wanted was a little quiet. Now, shall we proceed?
Yes, sir.
I can still hear the echoes from upstairs.
Echoes?
Reverberations. Waves caused by accusations and veiled threats.
You're being mysterious, Rusty. And a bit smug, I might add.
Well, Liza caused quite a scene earlier today in the riverboat. She was hysterical, made a spectacle of herself.
She blame you for the problems between her and Travis?
Indeed she does. Isn't that appalling? Fortunately, you and Travis were off having a pleasant lunch when the fireworks started.
Lunch we were having, but pleasant, not by a long shot. He's in a lot of pain, Rusty.
Yes, I know. I'm sorry about that. I only wish there was some other way. But Travis is a strong man. He'll bounce back. The pain will pass.
Why is it you always talk about Travis as if he was a guinea pig in an experiment, and you were a psychologist who knew exactly how it was going to end, huh? I mean, don't you have any feelings about your own son?
Your concern for him is very reassuring.
To you?
To Travis. I hope you will tell him how much you're concerned about his pain. He'll need your comforting.
So do I.
You? Why?
Sometimes I think we're wrong. And sometimes I think it won't do any good anyway.
Oh, for heaven's sakes, Aja, we've only just begun. Did you expect that Travis would shrug his shoulders, walk away without a tear?
He's not going to walk away at all.
Oh, I see. He's never going to forget her. Is that it?
Being sarcastic is not going to make the problem go away, Rusty.
No, Aja. The problem will go away with time. Time and you. You can't expect problems to disappear just like that. Everything will be just fine, I assure you.
Really? Dane Taylor came by my office today. He's put together a fact here, a hunch there, and he has a pretty clear picture of what's been going on.
Yes, so I understand. He had a confrontation with George Cousins, as a matter of fact.
Why doesn't that seem to upset you?
Because I'm a pro, Aja, and because I can play this game better than anybody. And because Dane Taylor is just a bush league. He's got all the accusations in the world, but he hasn't a shred of proof. And besides, if Dane Taylor gets in my way, I'll simply take care of him.
What does that mean? Take care of him how?
There are a number of ways. Oh, excuse me, I'm expecting a telephone call.
I'm sorry, sweetheart. That's the tough thing about this business. Can't guarantee success.
Yeah, I know.
Well, anyway, here's a written report. I would have liked to done more, you know. The trail was cold, but it wasn't hopeless. I just ran out of time, that's all.
You mean I ran out of money?
I guess so. I'm sorry, kid. Really.
It's okay. I'll get in touch with you when I come up with more funds.
Sure, sure. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Hi, Jenny. You all right?
Yeah.
You don't look all right.
I just got some bad news. I can handle it.
Well, I heard that man talking about money. He wasn't trying to take advantage of you, was he?
I don't need your protection, all right?
Certainly, certainly. It's just that he seemed like a mercenary type.
He's a private detective.
I hired him to find my daughter.
Oh, he didn't succeed.
Not yet.
I'm sorry to hear that. I imagine it's quite a disappointment for you. I also imagine you're pressed for money. Private investigators aren't cheap.
Yeah, no kidding.
Jenny, I had experience in finding missing people.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Why don't you let me handle it? My contacts are still good. As a matter of fact, Lee Santel couldn't find Sissy until I...
Look, I'll take care of my own things, all right? I don't want your help.
Why?
I just don't. That's all there is to it.
Jenny, you don't have to go through this alone. Let me help.
Look, how many times do I have to say this? The answer's no. I don't want your help because I don't trust you.
Why not? I've never done anything to hurt you.
Yeah, that's not the point. Maybe you never did anything to me, but I can't figure you out.
Well, I'm a simple man.
Sure you are.
Jenny, I assure you, I'm not half as complex as you think I am.
Anytime you give help, you want something back. You got rid of that liquor authority guy for me? I had to pay a price. I had to let my friends down to come work for you in this club.
Has that been such a bad experience?
No, it's an okay job. Gave me the money to hire that private detective, but that's the way I want it. Pay as you go.
Jenny.
Listen, I'll earn the wages, you sign the checks, and we'll get along just fine.
Hey, do you mind if I look upon this whole thing as a sort of a challenge?
What are you talking about?
I am determined some way to make you understand that my motives are pure, that I'm an okay guy, given half a chance.
Oh, yeah? How come Liza said she wished you were dead?
Liza Santel is going through a difficult time. She's not responsible for what she says.
Well, then who is?
Join the Eyewitness News team every evening at 6 and 11 for all the news. The Red Baron will have the win at 11, and
What's
I'll be
this?
back
Catching up on the
to bring you
competition?
up to date in the world of sports.
Hi.
Welcome home.
Thank you. Popcorn.
Yes, I had the most boring feature to do at work today.
Yeah.
It's nice to know there's some real news out there somewhere.
Yeah, is there any such thing as a real drink here anywhere?
Sure. Here, make yourself comfortable. I know you must be exhausted.
I'm beat. Always flying back and forth and one day gets to you, know?
Did you talk to George Cousins?
Oh, I don't know if that's the right word.
Here you go.
Thank you. We had a verbal kind of sparring match, chess game, for a few minutes.
He was evasive?
Yeah, you could say that. But not as evasive as Tony Burton, whom I could not find.
You're kidding.
Mm-mm.
Well, it sounds to me like your trip to New York was a complete waste of time.
Not exactly. Found an interesting little fact out.
What?
Well, it turns out that George and Tony are not the strangers that I thought they were.
What do you mean?
Well, I talked to the counter man at the deli near George's office.
Yeah?
He said he's seen the two of them share many a pastrami sandwich together.
Then George lied about not knowing Tony.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, bingo. Of course, proving that isn't going to be easy.
Well, maybe you don't have to have proof. Look, couldn't you just go to Travis and tell him that the facts don't add up?
I'm not going to go to that man again with only half a story. The trouble is, if Rusty's concocted this little package the way I think he has, I'm sure he's covered his tracks with a very thorough job.
So what does this mean? Rusty Santel wins round one?
Maybe. But I got a lot of punches left in me. Sonny?
What?
You remember that friend of yours over at the phone company? You used him once to get a little private information. What was his name?
Alvin.
Yeah. What was his last name?
What do you want to talk to Alvin for?
Never...
Does this have something to do with Rusty Santel?
Look, you're an employee of his now, right? He owns the station. I think it's best you be kept in the dark as to why I need Alvin.
What if I don't want to be kept in the dark?
Sonny, do me the favor and get the number. Be a pal.
All right.
Thanks. Round two coming up.
And another thing, honey, did you notice when I gave Bob Rogers his cup of coffee, he didn't even touch touch it?
No, I didn't notice that.
You know, honey, I have a funny feeling he wanted me out of the room. Was I acting like a mother hen?
No, you were acting like a grandfather hen.
I'm sorry, baby.
No, don't you dare apologize. I appreciate you worrying about me. And I love you for it. Granddad, the doorbell's ringing. I better run.
Yeah, okay, bye-bye.
Bye. Bob, come on in.
Thank you. I hope this isn't an inconvenient time for you or anything.
No, not at all. What is it?
I was on my way home from the hospital, and I wanted to talk to you personally about those lab tests.
Lab test? I thought that would take days.
Well, the blood work isn't back, of course, but we do have one result, and it's positive.
Positive. That means something is wrong.
No. It has nothing to do with anything being wrong. It's just that... Well, I know these are difficult times for you, and under the circumstances, I'm not sure whether this is good news or not.
What is it?
You're pregnant.